Hello, good morning. First of all, I would like to thank you for attending, and I would like to thank the TDRA for giving us this opportunity to host this session today on the Virtual Academy. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing the traditional versus digital marketing. And let's start by a bit of a brief about myself. My name is Mohammed Radi, and I'm the Digital Marketing Director at Creative 971. I graduated from Business and Marketing, and I've been in the digital industry for about 10 plus years now. I've been working in the region, including Egypt, Dubai, UAE in general, Oman, Bahrain, and KSA. And let's start. I'll give you a brief about our Creative 971 company. We're 100% e-commerce experts, and our company is owned and managed by our German siblings, Julia and Niku, it was founded back in 2016 as an e-commerce agency. We purely focus our work on the Shopify and Shopify Plus platforms. And the 971 in our name were chosen due to our commitment and deep gratitude towards the UAE and GCC region. So we created Creative 971 Online Trading Academy was launched back in September 2019. And we have a full e-commerce blueprint program within the region. And we're partnering with the TDRA and TLD in delivery and logistics partners, and also payment gateway providers. So today's agenda, we're going to discuss traditional versus digital marketing. We're going to discuss the pros and cons for each. And we're going to go through a basic marketing funnel. Also, we will be discussing digital marketing channels, how and when to use them. So not to take long from your time, let's start. So digital marketing versus the traditional marketing. What's the difference between the two, and which one should you use? So selecting the right marketing type is an age-old question on every marketeer's mind. So first, let's start by what is the digital marketing? So put simply, digital marketing is using the digital channels as websites and social media as tools for marketing communications. So if you're using the social media, you'll be well versed in the adverts that pop up in your stream. That's digital marketing. So what is traditional, on the other hand? So we all hear about the word traditional marketing. So it's, on the other hand, it involves traditional channels like billboards and printed media. Up until the development of the internet in the 1990s, traditional marketing was pretty much the only type of marketing. So what are the key elements for traditional marketing first? First of all, it's unidirectional. So you have a message, you send it out to customers, but they cannot reply to you. You're only sending out what you have to say to them. Second of all, it's a medium of communication in traditional marketing, which is generally phone calls, emails, and letters. Again, the campaign in traditional marketing takes more time, as designing and preparing and launching the work, it involves a lot of time. Also, it is best for reaching local audience. So when you're walking through Sheikh Zayed Street, for example, you see all the billboards, you reach a mass audience. As well, the problem with it, it's almost impossible to measure the effectiveness of a traditional marketing campaign. So that's for traditional marketing key elements. What about the digital marketing? So it's the opposite of traditional. So communication is bi-directional. So you actually send out your message and you're getting replies from people, and it's a two-way communication between you and your clientele. It's a medium of communication which is more powerful and involves social media social media, websites, chats, apps, and emails. Digital marketing campaigns can be developed quite rapidly with digital tools. Channelizing digital marketing campaigns is easier. Okay, so it's very effective for reaching global audience, and also digital marketing lets you measure the effectiveness of a digital marketing campaign through analytics. All right, so what are the channels for traditional marketing? We have the billboards, of course, and bus, taxis, wraps, posters, etc. Also, we have the broadcasting like TVs and radios. As well, we have the print magazine and newspaper, direct email, catalog sales in general, and telemarketing and phone text messages, and of course the window displays and signs. So this is the channels for traditional. So what are the pros and cons? So with the rise of social media, traditional marketing is often undervalued by marketeers. However, traditional marketing is still very much has a place in a consumer's day-to-life if you have the budget to share your campaign in magazine and prime TV your money could be well spent. Let's talk about the pros first. First of all, it's impactful and easy to understand. So, a visually bold billboard or a striking TV commercial is a normal part of most people's day to day lives. So, they're easy to digest and often entertain. While you're driving or while you're actually watching your TV, your favorite show, you'll find the ads very entertaining. Secondly, its printed marketing materials are more permanent. So, if you have an advert in an issue of the Khaliji Times, it will be there until the magazine is recycled, which is great if the consumer is an avid collector. As well, it's more memorable. So seeing something in real life rather than on your phone, more likely to be remembered. The anticipation of the new, for example, Super Bowl in the US, or ads, I'm sorry, the Super Bowl ads, or like a beautiful and impressive window display, for example, in one of the malls, is more likely to stay in your mind than an Instagram ad that you'll probably scroll past in seconds. What about the cons? So first of all, it's more difficult to measure the campaigns. There are ways to measure traditional marketing campaigns, such as brand trackers, but they are nowhere near as in depth or intelligent as the tools available for digital marketing. Secondly, it's often expensive because if you're a brand in an infancy, and chances are you don't have the funds for a four-page spread in the Vogue magazine, for example. Many forms of traditional marketing will set you back with a considerable amount of money. The thing is, again, it's no direct has no direct contact with your consumer. So unlike social media marketing, you're more or less in the dark about your audience reactions to your marketing efforts. So let's go to the digital marketing channels. Social media, of course, everybody's aware of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, WhatsApp. I'm sorry. Also the websites, content marketing, email marketing, PPC, which is pay per click, and I'm gonna get to that later, and the search engine optimization. I'm sorry, search engine marketing, and we'll also get to that later. So these are the kind of channels for digital marketing. So what are the pros and cons for digital marketing? However impactful traditional marketing is, we can't forget that we all are truly living in the internet age. And also, on average, people spend around 6 hours and 42 minutes online each day. So actually, they anticipated that on 2021, they projected that 73% of all e-commerce sales will come from mobile. And that's a huge amount of time and opportunity to do some clever digital marketing. What are the pros? So it has more options for engagement. So through channels such as social media, you can physically see what your audience think of your brand and marketing efforts. So if your marketing has been shared, liked, and had plenty of positive comments, you know you're doing something right. It's easy to measure your campaigns because on the flip side of the traditional marketing, the specific of digital marketing tracking is exceptionally in depth. This makes your learnings extremely clear for your next round of marketing efforts. Makes clever targeting possible. So if you have the tools to specifically target that 29-year-old female writer who loves shopping and drinking Pepsi, then you surely can also create perfectly tailored content for such target audience. What are the cons for digital marketing? Digital ads can be deemed as annoying. So think about the moment you're scrolling through your Facebook homepage and all you want to do is to see your old school friends, what are they up to these days, and then you get the dreaded sponsored ads for something related to a product that you Googled the night before. It's sure to make you actively dislike the very brand that you do that the very brand doing the clever targeting. The problem with it as well that it's less permanent. So digital marketing efforts like Google Ads, banners, promo emails, or social media ads can have a fleeting, temporary character. They're intangible and can easily be ignored. So if your target audience keeps scrolling or clicks to the next page, your ad will be gone from their screen. The thing again was it constantly evolves. So to get the most out of your digital marketing efforts, there's a lot to learn. Each channel usually requires its own specialists, from search engine marketing to social media. Each channel requires a pro to get the best bang for your buck. So, however, a grassroots social media marketing strategy is a great place to start. Okay, so now this is the difference in content pros for digital marketing and traditional marketing. Let's go in depth with the digital marketing channels. But first, let's go through each digital channel and understand when to use it throughout your marketing funnel. So the basic marketing funnel consists of 4 layers. First layer is the awareness, where you have the target audience getting exposed to your brand via some touch points, and they're in the mindset of, I want to know about your brand. The second part is the consideration. So when you start knowing about your brand, they started considering, like, the target audience evaluates the brand, provide information they need to make the decision to actually evaluate. So they're in the mindset of, I want to choose. So after that, you have the purchase phase, which is the target audience select the brand and makes the purchase with the mindset, I want to buy. After that, and they buy, the after sale, it's the advocacy, which is the customer shares their experience and views effectively, championing their brand, which is, I want to engage with the brand. So let's go in depth with the digital marketing channels and check which channel would be useful with each layer of this funnel. First of all is the organic search, which is this SEO or search engine optimization. Organic search is the largest source of non-paid website traffic, and as you can see, it's when you search in Google, all the results that doesn't have the word ad next to it, this is the search engine optimization. So how does it work? So organic search is the largest source of non-paid website traffic. It is therefore important to leverage it as best as you can. After all, as long as you have a website and you're on social media or have a business page, you can show up on the organic search. The question is, will it be on page 1 or page 10? So how do we use this organic search? To answer this question, we need to understand it. So organic search is a tool that connects prospective customers with your company. In this day and age, your prospective customers are searching for your product or service or any related information on search engines like Google, Bing, or Yahoo. These search engines then answer their query by listing the top ranking websites that have the most relevant information. The higher up your website ranks, the more likely you will get clicks, and therefore your chance of converting potential customers increase. The key to using organic search is to boost your business, is to apply the right search engine optimization techniques. So, according to some studies, researchers have shown that the first result on Google gets around 31.7 of all clicks, while the second page result gets a mere of 0.78%. So that's nothing. So we all want to be on the first page, definitely. Okay. So when in the funnel can you use this organic search? So organic search is best used at all stages of your customer's journey, particularly the purchase stage, where searchers with high purchase intent are likely to buy something after conducting a search. Let's see the pros and cons of organic search. The pros, it draws customers with purchase intent. So when a prospective customer uses a specific keyword to research a product, service, business, or query, it signifies a high intention and a need on the customer's part. Therefore, if they encounter your website on the first page of a search engine, these are customers who are more likely to convert on your website. It's a good source of high traffic volume to your website. So for organic search engines, Google is the number one in the world, receiving more than 3.5 billion searches daily. If your website is able to rank on the first page of Google with proper SEO techniques, your business will be able to convert a lot more customers. It's sustainable. So organic search is a sustainable digital marketing channel to drive non-paid traffic over a long period of time. After all, as long as you have the real skills to constantly rank on the first page of the search engine results page, which is the SERP, getting traffic to your website will not be an issue. You will build trust and an industry authority. So ranking high on the organic search engine results pages demonstrates that you have a domain authority, as search engines tend to rank web pages they truly hire. They trust higher. So it is also likely that you will be seen as an industry leader, thereby building trust between you and your customer. So what are the cons? These are the pros. Technical expertise is required. So there are hundreds of ranking factors that determines the order of websites that are displayed on the search engine results page. So it is therefore not easy to outrank competitors unless there's someone with sound SEO knowledge working to plan and execute on and off-page SEO on a regular basis. It has time delay. So with the multitude of websites that are on the internet, it requires time for search engine spiders to crawl through and rank your website. Typically, it takes around 3 to 6 months to see results from your SEO. Fortunately, organic traffic from SEOs grows over time. it's costly to maintain. So companies have to spend on resources to create and maintain the quality of their content in a bid to rank and maintain their ranking positions on Google. This includes SEO tool subscriptions, content writers, and even an SEO specialist. This could be in-house, a freelance consultant, or an agency. The algorithms are constantly updating. So Google tweaks its algorithms often. So to stay ahead of the competition, you or whoever is handling your SEO in your company, they need to be aware of the changes and constantly be tweaking the keywords, optimizing existing content, and thinking of creative and relevant new content. This is for the SEOs. Let's go to its cousin, which is the SEM. So SEO is the search engine optimization, which is the organic search, and we have the paid search, which is the SEM, search engine marketing. So as you can see, it's relatively the same, but it has the word ad next to the www, as you can see. So you might think of paid search as SEO's cousin. Essentially, paid search is similar to SEO in that it generates high quality leads and conversions by attracting high intent visitor to your website. Paid search results show up on top and bottom of the SERPs, which is the search engine results page. For most businesses, paid search is one of the most efficient advertising channels because it's great at generating high quality leads and conversions. So in a short span of time, after all, your prospective customers would only discover your website on a search engine results page if they search using a keyword that is related to your product or services. So how does it work? There's only one payment model that is used with paid search, which is the pay per click, or as we say, PPC, or cost per click, which is the CPC model. These models allow advertisers to only be charged when their search advertising are clicked by someone. So how high or low you rank on the SERP, it depends on the amount you're willing to pay during the bidding process. Google will recommend a bidding amount, but it's up to you how high or low you want to pay per click based on that amount. So another factor to consider is the quality score on your paid search ad. This is also determined by Google, and it's based on the expected click-through rate, which is the CTR, the ad relevance to a keyword, and the landing page experiences. So there's a lot of factors involved in that matter. Ultimately, your bidding amount and quality scores combined will determine how high or low, sorry, your paid search ad appears on the SERP, which is the search engine results page. So when to use the paid search in the funnel, in your marketing funnel. So paid search desires the same outcome as organic search, only the means to get on the first page of SERP differ. So therefore, it's best used in the purchase stage as well of your customer journey. So what are the cons and pros for the SEM? So we have first the pros, it's easier to get started than traditional advertising. So paid search doesn't need advertisers to pay a hefty amount of money to advertise, unlike some other forms of digital advertising and legacy advertising that require a 5-figure budget just to get started. So you decide on the amount of money you're willing to spend per click, and that's a huge advantage compared to other forms of paid advertising. It's trackable and measurable. So most platforms of paid search advertising provide details, analytics, information of the campaigns. So these details may include things like performance based on keywords used to allow advertisers to understand which keywords work and which don't. Also, budgets can be tracked as well as other granular data, which ultimately allows you to better understand and therefore improve your existing campaigns or start new ones. Speed and real-time amendments. So getting digital advertising campaigns such as paid search going in significantly more efficient compared to traditional advertising. So in traditional advertising, the advertisers and publishers have to undergo a series of checks before the campaign can even start. But with digital advertising, it's just on the marketer to launch and stop a campaign with the click of a button. So what are the cons? Again, technical expertise required. So like organic search, there needs to be someone who has platform knowledge and also understands how to set up an SEM campaign. The person also needs to have technical expertise like a keyword research, data analysis, and campaign optimization. Companies will also need to be kept abreast of the latest updates that paid search platforms will have. to maximize budget efficiency. Second thing is the ad budgets are finite. So I'm sorry, ad budgets are finite. So after spending the right amount of money, companies may find themselves ranking on the first page of SERP in merely a few hours. After the money is spent, however, this is temporary. And once the campaign's budget run dry, that will be nowhere to be found. So this is why it's recommended that SEM and SEO campaigns to be run concurrently. Again, it's costly to maintain. So the demand for keywords in paid search advertising is always rising. However, there are only a finite number of spots available on the first page of SERP. So this is inevitably leading to the rise of the cost of paid search advertising. Again, this is something was a bit common recently, which is the rise of click fraud. Click fraud is when you're either an individual generated script or a computer program that leads people to keep clicking on your ad without actually converting. So clicks on PPC advertising, thereby falsely charging the advertisers. And this is done by not only competitors, but also by publishers and even customers occasionally. They keep clicking on your ad just to make you pay the money. Okay, so that's the SEM. Next is the display advertising, or as we say it as well, is the GDNs. You often see these kind of visual ads on other websites. So display advertising consists of a graphic advertisements that may take the form of text, image, audio, video, flash, banners, or any combination of these that are shown on websites and mobile apps. How does display advertising work? So one of the most common platforms that display advertising can be found on is the Google Display Network, which is the GDN. You've probably heard of it as a GDN before, but essentially, the Google Display Network is where Google display their ads and they're showcased. So the Google Display Network is a collection of websites and apps and videos that number over 2 million. So making it an extremely popular platform for digital marketers to use. When to use display advertising in your funnel. So DDNs is more for awareness because conversion with it is not really high, but it's perfect for building brand awareness. And when delivered to the right audience, can be less intrusive than other forms of advertising. They're efficient at driving brand recall, establishing market share, and increasing website traffic. Okay, what are the pros for the GDNs? Format is very appealing. So advertising are able to use images, videos, and interactive media in display advertising, thereby maximizing its appeal to people who are each attracted to various formats. It has high visibility in the digital space. So the Google Display Network is always expanding, and so are other ad placement platforms. So what this means is that there is an increasing number of websites becoming part of these ad networks, which translate to more opportunities for advertisers to have their ads on relevant websites. It's easy to optimize for better results. So digital ads are able to leverage machine learning to better optimize campaigns to achieve the marketeer's desired results. For instance, if the campaign's objective is to reach out a certain demographic, the algorithm will optimize the campaign to hit that target audience as best as it can. As well, it is easy to track and measure. So display advertising, like most digital marketing channels, is able to provide the granular data to the campaign manager, thereby allowing him or her to gain the insights necessary to better optimize your campaigns and achieve better results. What are the cons? So we have targets. You can target users with lower intent. So unlike organic search and paid search campaigns, where potential users search up your product, display advertising is usually shown to users when they're not looking to view your product or services. So conversions are therefore much lower with display advertising. Hence, it's better for awareness rather than conversions. It's actually more difficult to control where ad appear. So unlike traditional advertising where the placement of the ad is carefully curated with display advertising, there is a little control over where your ad will pop up on a website or a mobile application on a content level. So for instance, an airline company's ad may pop up beside news of a Target plane crash. The airline company would have to would have to actually do some research to pre-identify websites they want to omit their ad placements or not, and may overlook some negative placements along the way. As well, it has technical expertise required. So the process of setting up analysis and optimizing a display ad campaign requires, again, technical expertise on the advertiser's part. Once the technical expertise is there, however, these processes can be completed in a very short period of time. We have also risk of ad fraud. So there are many methods that ad fraudsters use to intercept or stop a digital ad from being seen by its target audience. One of the most common methods of interception is to set up bots to manipulate the clicks as well and impressions and get what it would. So what I'm trying to say here is what this does is give the campaign manager false information. So again, people keep clicking on the ad or bots or competitors, which gives you false reading and false measurements. Social media. I guess this is the easiest one. Everyone knows it and everyone is aware with it. So we all use the social media. You've probably heard of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. There are also new platforms like Clubhouse steadily gaining popularity. So in essence, social media is a computer-based technology that allows users to share information via the networks they have access to. On these social media platforms, the medium they use to share information would differ widely. So depending on which social media platform they're using, Clubhouse, for example, is purely an audio platform. So with social media users numbering around 4.2 billion people worldwide at the start of 2021, it's in the vested interest of brands worldwide to leverage these platforms to market their products. So how does social media works? Marketeers should use social media to create unique content that speaks to their target audience. This may come in form of a blog articles, video, carousel, posts, and podcasts, among many other forms of content. Not only this, but brands should engage with their audience to build rapport and gain mind share with them. So this may be done through answering questions and actively responding to comments with a tone that is aligned to your brand's persona. So social media is also a good place to advertising. Platforms like Facebook allow you to target your audience, demographics, interests, and behavior. When to use the social media in your funnel. So social media is actually crucial in all the funnel stages. So in that, a variety of content can be created for every stage of your customer journey. So at the awareness stage, original content and posts can be created to reach audiences who might have no idea about a new product or services you might have. At the consideration stage, ads can be targeted at certain groups of people. At the purchase stage, ads targeted at driving the customers to make purchase can be displayed to them. And also, if the customers are satisfied with the ad product or services, you can encourage them to write a review for you on social media. They may also choose to post about your content independently, thereby giving you company social proof. Pros and cons for social media. Your customer spends most of their time there. So according to Statista, the daily average social media usage of internet users worldwide is around 145 minutes per day as of 2019 and 2020. In addition to this, the next web and technology focused media states that a quarter of social media users between the ages of 16 and 64 use social media networks to conduct product researches online. Content can be spread rapidly. So every post have create that adds value to your audience has an increase in its ability. An increase in its ability to be shared on their personal networks, thereby increasing your brand awareness amongst people who might have previously never heard of your business. Tap and untapped markets. Your business may see an increase in traffic to your website as social media allows you to target demographics that you might not be able to reach on other digital channels you're using. So you can connect directly with your audience. So when your brand has a persona on social media, this humanization to your brand, especially if you're regularly engaging in a dialogue with your audience. So since people prefer to leverage to showcase your brand. What are the cons? You have negative feedback is publicly displayed. So if someone had a poor experience with your product or services, they might very well turn to your social media page to write a bad review. Social media strategies requires expertise as well. Coming up with social media strategies and content calendars may be overwhelming. Results take time. So to see a positive ROI, which is return on investment on your social media strategies, it will take time, effort, and need to be sustained over a period of time to determine the effectiveness of a campaign. And we have also the cancel culture, which is cancel culture is a more rampant today than it has ever been. And cancel culture, want to explain it in a much easier sense. So cancel culture is when you post something, and after posting that thing, you find people attacking you because you touched on something that's sensitive to the public or the culture, and you have to remove it and then apologize. So this is done publicly, and when it's done with a lot of brands, you can find the people having a lot of negative feedback on such content. Last but not least is the emails. So emails is when you subscribe to the email of any of the websites and you start receiving email messages and email text. Email content through your inbox. So email marketing is using an email platform to target your current or potential customers using a variety of content in an email to send a commercial message. The content in an email marketing campaign might include advertising, business requirements, newsletters, or sales promotions. Email marketing is very powerful because it's targeted people who are on your mailing list. People have agreed to let your business contact them, making them people with higher intent. Therefore, the chance of converting with email marketing is higher than the other digital channels on this list. So how does email work? So one of the fundamental and most crucial steps to take when deciding to push out an email marketing campaign is to ensure your email list is up to date and is targeting the right group of people. It is also important that you are constantly building upon your existing list. An easy way to do this is to add output forms, opt-in forms for your website and social media channels. So once your list is created, it's also imperative that you choose the right email marketing software to segment, send, and manage your email campaigns and subscribers. So some of the popular email tools includes is MailChimp, Sendinblue, and HubSpot, just to name a few for you. So other steps in the email marketing campaign process include responsive designs and with formats that caters to the various interface people that will view your email. These days, besides monitors, people use tablets and mobile phones. So crafting the copy, defining campaign goals, and monitoring the effectiveness of the email campaign to optimize future ones are also some of the steps that needs to be taken. When to use email marketing in your funnel, the marketing funnel. So email marketing campaigns can be used to target customers to the consideration and purchase stages of their journey along your marketing funnel. So within the consideration and within the purchase stage, you can actually use the email marketing. Cons and pros. It has high conversion rate. So as mentioned above, email marketing generally has a higher conversion rate compared to the other digital marketing channels on this list. People check their emails daily. So most people access their emails more than once a day, providing ripe opportunities for your businesses. Email marketing drives traffic to your website. So a good email marketing incorporates hyperlinks to your website or sales landing page. So this therefore will lead to an increase in your website traffic. Again, easy to track and measure. What are the cons? Might be treated as a spam. So sometimes people forget they gave you their email address and they might lead them to marking your email as a spam. Undelivered messages. There are some internet service providers that filter out emails which use specific keywords that signify a higher likelihood of being a spam and then drop it in the spam box. UX differs. So your email might contain large size photos or graphics that might not be downloaded successfully. And as well, crafting efficient emails requires skills. So good email marketing campaign are crafted and optimized by people with the right skill sets. So from design to copywriting and knowledge of how to analyze the data and optimize future campaigns. So this concludes our session for today, and we'll open for questions now. Okay, so did we get any questions? I'm going to give you a quick recap. So today we discussed the marketing funnel briefly, and we also discussed the difference between the traditional marketing and digital marketing. We went through the channels for both. As well, we discussed the cons and pros for each of the channels. As well, we went in depth in the digital marketing channels, and we discussed how to use them and when to actually use them in the marketing channel. This session was not trying to exclude traditional marketing. Again, traditional marketing is a good way to advertise, but the thing is, it requires a lot of money. So if you have the money to spend on a good campaign and a good advertising awareness campaign, your money would be well spent and your campaigns would be out to the public. But the good thing about digital marketing that it doesn't actually take time to execute. You can start the campaign right away tomorrow. If you have everything ready, it's just a click of a button and you can choose any of the channels that we discussed today. It's also not that expensive. It would be expensive to maintain, but to run it at the beginning, it doesn't require much money. With a very minimal amount of money, you can start your marketing campaign. Traditional, on the other hand, to actually start a campaign on a traditional channel, it would require a lot of money. So to brief again, both are equivalently important. So traditional is important, digital is important. It's just a matter of which channel and which marketing strategy works best for your brand and your product. So again, we'll be waiting for any questions from your end. And by the way, digital marketing is not so hard to start. So you can actually all start having a lot of courses, or you can hire an agency that could do that for you. So it's just an easy way to start your marketing campaign. So at the end, I would like to thank you for attending this session, and also I'd like to thank the TDRA for giving us the opportunity to go this virtual online sessions together. And thank you, and see you soon.